Hi everyone, welcome to the demo on JobShala. So the idea behind JobShala is that traditional ATS systems they don't have context based awareness on how the candidate relates to the JD based on their resume. So what happens in traditional ATS is it takes certain keywords from their resume and tries to match if the JD and the keywords are actually matching together. But with advent of Gen AI and Jenny, what we can do over here is take the content from resume, parse it, and then send it to you know Gen AI LLMs like Gemini API using Gemini API, and then try to get evaluation of the resume based on the JD, such that we get some context aware score as well as the feedback of the resume. And also, we can also do some preliminary interview with the candidate to understand where they stand with the company and how they relate with the company with their set of skills. And that can also be evaluated using AI. So let's look at what the app is. Let's look at the three users by saying,
Okay, so we have three roles in our app. So first is candidate, HR, and then company. The company is the admin view. He can manage the HR, add or remove HR, give access to the HR to use the portal, and also see how many recruitments are there, how many HRs are there, and then analytic reports. And then the HR can create job postings, review candidates, see the evaluations from AI, manage the interviews, etc. And then as a candidate we can browse the job postings and then apply and then also schedule their interviews. So first we'll start with the company dashboard. So this is the company dashboard. Here we have few analytics like total employees, how many onboarded last month, total HRs, what are the job openings available, and the hiring summary. So how many are currently interviewing, how many openings are there, etc. So here the manage HR. This is the key role of this dashboard. Here the company admin can add and give access to HR. So if we click here, add new HR, and then give. So the HR is created and then we can view here. And once the HR is given access, he can access from his dashboard. So next we look into the HR view.
yeah.
So this is the HR dashboard. You
Hmm.
continue.
So the dashboard over here, we have certain KPIs like offer acceptance rate, onboarding pending, and interview feedback pending. And also on the right hand side, you can see upcoming meetings, which is basically the upcoming interviews which are scheduled for this week. And then here below, you can see something called a hiring funnel. So basically, hiring funnel is something which is used by HRs to identify how many positions have been opened and how many people have applied and how many are going to the next round in interview and how many are offered. So this particular hiring funnel will give sort of a ratio of how things are going for each of these roles. And then we can also create a job as an HR by going to the create job tab. This will be explained by Jivika.
Yeah. So we have to fill the details for creating the job. And then if we have any additional skills like leadership, communication, etc., can be given here. And then we have to upload the job description. So once the job is created, candidates can view the job and apply. So as a HR, he can view all the candidates who have applied into his company. So here we have the few data like what are the roles, applicant name, gender, and the AI match score. This is the match score from the job description and the resume of the candidate. So you can view the details here. So it will show the applicant resume and then what is matching, etc. And then interview slots. Here he can schedule interview or view details of the interview. So here if we view details, it will show the result evaluation, and then if we approve, the interview will be marked as approved, and once it is approved, the HR can send the offer letter to the candidate. So candidate status shows few details like how many shortlisted, how many pending interviews are there for this HR, and then how many offers he has sent, and what is the acceptance rate, etc. So here we can view the details of the match score status, and then from here also we can view the profile and then schedule interview or reject a candidate. And then next we'll look at the candidate view so that we can understand the offer letter generator better. So this is the applicant dashboard. As applicant, we can view our recent applications and then how many we have applied, how many we have shortlisted, and how many interviews we have. And then we have profile completeness. The Here we can see our profile. In this, we can edit a profile so that once we add the data, the profile completeness percentage will increase. And also we can add our skills, add our resume here. So if I want to add in work experience, you can add any number of work experience, education certificates, etc. And also from the resume, our AI will pass it and give it to the HR, so it will be easy for the HR to view. So, and then job postings. As a candidate, he can view what are the job postings are there, and he can also view the skill matched, how many skills are matched from the job description and his resume. So, if we give you more, it will give the match percentage and the details about the company, job details, contact information, etc. So we have created a job posting now. We'll apply from this candidate.
You can also click the download JD button if you want to like get the
Yeah,
JD.
view job description.
And here the resume is getting parsed. So basically what we mean by resume parsing is whatever the PDF file we have submitted as a resume, it gets converted into Word, and that Word is actually sent to a Gemini API. And the LLM would give you a response based not only on the resume but also the JD of the particular role. For example, this is ML engineer role from TechCop 4. So what basically it does is, with the help of prompt engineering, we managed to get not only the evaluation but also a score and also the relevant education and experience from the resume, so that it's very easy for the HR to see when they're trying to evaluate the candidate. Now we will see what happens in the HR view.
So as HR, he can sorry.
Yeah, I think we need to refresh because
So here in the HR view, we can see that the applicant application of the applicant two we have created, and then here the resume is shown and the evaluation of the resume. What is the math score? See, the AI feedback is given, and also the resume is passed, and the experience, education parts of the resume is given here. And then also we can see what is the match. Educational qualification is matched, required skills are matched, the experience is also matched. So once the HR views that the math score is good enough for his, then he can schedule the interview. So once the interview is scheduled here, the candidate can view in his interview slots. So this candidate can join the interview from here and the given time. So once the interview is done, And then the HR can evaluate the interview. So once the evaluation done, if I give approve to this candidate, so it will show as completed and approved. Now he can send the offer letter. So we have two selected candidates from here. So if I give create offer, he can fill the necessary details like what is the position, salary, start date, department, benefits, offer validity, etc. So once this is created, we can send the offer letter to the candidate. So the candidate can view the mail here. So this is the offer letter, and to view the offer letter attachment, so we have got the offer letter like ML engineer, department, joining date, whatever is filled by the HR. So also from the candidate view, he can view this applications and see if we see here it stays as offered. So other applications are like status, interview schedule, submitted, shortlisted, etc. He can also filter it from here and see what are the job postings he has shortlisted or applied for. So that's it for the applicant dashboard.
Yeah, that's like a small demo of what Jobshala can do for you.